Hey guys, it's Dawn. Hey, I am out in the garden again today and it is going to storm later, so guess what I'm doing? I'm going to try to get a lot of planting done today and super excited. So I am going to get in a garden tour for you. I have got so many things already in the ground, so much more to get into the ground. Mostly today, I will be concession sowing. I will be direct sowing. So let's get right into our garden tour. I'm going to start off with our determinate tomatoes. And in this one, I have some Rio tomatoes. I have got 14 of these, and then I have got basil right there in the middle, and I have got marigold and another basil here, which goes really well with the tomatoes. Now, this Rio right here, if you can see it, it is starting to flower. Definitely too young, too little. It needs to focus on growth. So we are going to just pinch those off. We do not want them flowering yet. Right in the corner, I have got some chamomile, a couple of my medicinal plants that are very new to me. I'm experimenting this year, so I hope it goes well. So this area here is where all of my indeterminate tomatoes are going, getting everything ready. I have got some basils that are going right in the middle of them all. Definitely a very good companion for your tomatoes. And I have got a couple of sunflowers. This I do believe is just called yellow. I do have some velvet ones, but I have not planted those yet. And this one is a mammoth. So in the works, I have got 2 trellises that are going here, and then another one down there. These are going to trellis my melons behind my indeterminate tomatoes. And this little lot here, I'm going to put just a few more of my determinate tomatoes and then a few of my jalapeno peppers. I didn't want to put those in with my regular peppers because I did not want them to cross-pollinate and accidentally be hot peppers, especially if I'm going to seed save. Next year would be the year the seeds, if they cross-pollinated, that the peppers could be hot. So, noted. I have got, let's see here. These tomatoes are going to be my indeterminate cherry tomatoes, and I have got, let's see, I bought this one because I could not find seeds for it. So it is called a Sun Sugar. I have got 3 of the Sweet 100 cherry. These are also indeterminate. These are, I want to say, a 9 on the Brix scale, so these are pretty sweet. And let's see, my most favorite right now, I got these from M.I. Gardener last year, and these are pretty high on the brick scale as well. They are a hybrid to the Sun Gold, and the Sun Gold tomato that I planted last year, I could not get any seeds anywhere. They were sold out, and couldn't find actually any of plants at any of my local greenhouses. So I have got I've got 3 of the Gobstoppers, and those are actually, that's what is going to be here. You can see I've got my strings ready. These are going to be for tying up my tomatoes as they get bigger. I have tomato clips, and I'll show you those at a later date once they need to be trellised. So here I have got my trellis. This is where I had trellised beans last year, my Blue Lake, and this is where I'm putting more melons. I am growing so many melons. I just have to I don't have the other side of it. I don't have the other side of it weeded and amended yet, but this side I do. So these are canary melons, and they are a little yellow melons, and they're about, I think it was 3 to 4 inches, but they have like a flesh, like kind of like a cucumber, very similar seeds, but it's supposed to be very sweet. I've never tried them before, so super excited to try those. I have the infamous Kajari melon. That's new. I tried to grow it last year, but unfortunately I lost the starts. They didn't make it. So I'm going to try them again this year. A Tigger melon, which that is new also to me, from M.I. Gardener. I got all of my melons this year from M.I. Gardener. I've got Crimson sweet watermelon that we're also growing. That's the second year. We did have those last year. Those were sweet. I have the muskmelon also that we're growing. That's the second year for those. And I have one that I can't pronounce, but if I can put it on the screen, I will put it up on the screen for you. So let's see what else. This here is going to be my pepper bed. I actually have a few that I had told you in a couple previous videos that I was planting my peppers. Then a few days after I started, I seen that we were having a 49 and a 46 degree nights in the lows. So I decided to pause planting them. I have got a grand pepper, and those are supposed to be very big. I'm using those for stuffed peppers that I'm going to stuff and then freeze them. And I have got some big red that I have planted. These peppers are going to be for stuffing as well, and then for slicing to freeze with onions to make a fajita mix with. And then I've got some sweet banana peppers and some YOLO. Those are from M.I. Gardener, and those are supposed to be big. They're big. You can pick them when they're green. You can let them ripen even more and they'll turn red. I have also got some jalapenos, orange habaneros, that I'm also growing. Those are for my husband's salsa. I've got my first round of carrots. those are another thing that I'm getting ready to concession sow today, direct sow another round of carrots. And in the back I have got the garlic. The garlic is doing amazing. The only thing is, when I dug one up to see how far along they were, they're not cloving. And I heard that if it's kind of like an onion, that I need to maybe push back some of the dirt and give them maybe some more water. So I may be doing that later today if I can, because like I said, it's supposed to thunderstorm. So I have here a spaghetti squash. I've planted 4 of those. I will tell you, last year, my first round of spaghetti squash, I just, a couple weeks ago, cooked my last 2 from my storage from last year's garden. So I'm super excited about that, knowing that we will have spaghetti squash throughout the year. So I actually planted 2 more plants than I did last year. Last year I planted 2, this year I planted 4. All of my peas are starting to trellis up. These do not take long at all, so once these are done, I will plant, I do believe, more of melons and pumpkins. I do have pumpkins I'm gonna plant. And right here I have cucumbers. I have more peas. Right here, I'm getting ready to fix up this bed for these. This will be my second round of potatoes. And I've got some more down in here, and then I have got just some russet potatoes that have started to shit. So we'll be doing those as well. Over here I have got my flowers. I have got some zinnias. Look, they're so cute. I have got snapdragons in here. I also have some white and pink carnations in here. Those are all doing well. I did these for just some cutting flowers to place in the house on the kitchen table. Here I have got a line of leaf lettuce. And hi, Harley. Hi, sweetie. Then I have got onions. And I think I've got some butter crunch lettuce that is ready for harvesting. So I'm excited. Hopefully I can get that before the storm today. And I have got some celery. I planted these, so when I'm ready to, I'll store them, cut them, maybe freeze until I am ready for my to can up my soups. So pretty excited about that. So broccoli, it's doing really well. I've got several. Oh, it's starting to rain now. It said it wasn't supposed to start raining until 3 o'clock today, and it is only 10. Got some purple cabbage. Then I have got some green cabbage over here. And it looks like I may have some pest damage, but I'm not seeing anything underneath any of the leaves, so I'll have to check it out. Then I have got some leaf lettuce. And then here is my first round of potatoes. I've got 6 rows here, and excuse the weeds. My garden is going to be, or is, so big this year, and this is just from last week's rain. We had thunderstorms like crazy, and I have not got out here to get these. So if you can see, I have got cucamelons. They are a Mexican sour gherkin. I've got 3 plants. These are so awesome for snacking out in the garden. If I can find a picture, I will post that. But there's another one. They are starting to trellis. I'm hoping to get enough this year. I did 2 plants last year, and there was several. I have 3 plants this year, so hopefully I can pickle some of these. Then on the clearance rack last year, I had got some Darrow blackberries, and I have got 2 of these plants, and they are doing well. Okay, I just picked up a grape plant, and it is a seedless, but this one actually I brought back to life from the previous owners. In the back corner, replanted it, and this year I think we are going to get some fruit. If you can see, there are several. I'm really excited about the grapes, really. So, with all of my weeds, hopefully you can see I've got about 300 onions on this side, and my previous, where I had just showed you, I've got about 200. So hopefully my onions do well, and I will be using those for storage, and then also for all of my canning. My bush beans are coming along. Now, for beans, I actually just saw this tip on a YouTube channel, and I'm gonna try it this year. So if you are done with your beans and they are not producing anymore for you, mine are too little to show you now, but when they're all done, when you cut down lymphoid, and you'll leave one stem with flowers, and it will regrow for you. So I am going to try that on a couple of mine this year instead of concession sowing. I will say this is growing amazing. This is a raspberry plant that I had purchased at the fall of last year. I had two little things about this long, just 2. He was not doing so well. I put him in the garden, nursed him, and I will tell you, he has gotten so big. I need to prune him, but I am so amazed by the growth, and I'm gonna have to get him under control because weeds are starting, and I am just having so many babies pop out of the garden, and if I don't get him under control and get them replanted, he is going to take over the whole corner of this garden. So super excited, but just have to get him taken care of. So this year I did not buy any. I did like them. This was my very last dragon tongue seed that I had, so I grew him. I am taking care of him, and hopefully he gives me enough that I can save his seeds this year, and we'll be able to have dragon tongue beans next year. Who doesn't love strawberries? I am pretty impressed with my strawberry growth. I have got several. I have really did some research on how to take care of them, and I am super ecstatic about getting more strawberries this year. Now they have runners, and once you, here's one, if you cut this runner off, because right now this plant is giving all of its energy on this right here, so you would clip this off at the base, and then you would plant this guy, and it will give you more strawberries, and the plant that it was attached to can concentrate on producing more strawberries versus the runner. Guys, I am super excited to share this with you. Did it all myself, and I am positive and motivated that they are going to grow for me. But I went and did a thing, and I got a peach tree and 2 apple trees. So I have got 3 fruit trees. Yes, I know that sounds crazy because 3 or 4 years ago, my husband and I had recently purchased our place, and then a year after that we had cut down 12 apple trees. And then I started to be big into growing 2 years ago, but hey, it's they were damaged. I will say that. I will give us that credit. They had a lot going on with them. They hadn't been pruned. They were really neglected. They did produce, but they weren't pretty. So we're starting over, and here is our peach tree. Pretty. So let's see. It is an Alberta peach tree. Does not need, it is self-pollinated, so it does not need a pollinator friend, so that's why I just got one for now. And then we'll go and we'll take a look at the apple trees. So here is the apple tree. It is about 6.5 feet tall. I did prune about a foot off of each branch. These things take about 5 gallons of water, it says, to get them established a week. So that is a lot of water. But I am going by the rules because I definitely want the apple trees to produce and do well. This one is a gala tree. Some people say gala. I'm pretty sure it's gala, but if you call it gala, that is fine. here is our red delicious apple. Now, both of my apple trees needed pollinators, and both of them do well, and they are both approved pollinators for each other, so they are compatible. Super excited. They all came with a 1-year warranty, so if I did mess them up or I did not do them correctly, but I am treating them as babies, and I hope that they work out well. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. I enjoyed my first official garden tour. I know I did a mini one with just my cold crops, but I got majority of my stuff in, but I have still got a lot to put in. So I will see you next time. Please like and subscribe. It sure helps me out, and thank you. Happy gardening.